Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Diesel. Randy.
I honestly was prepared to make dog noises there.
He's passed out.
He's going.
Oh, he just looked at you like, you imitating me? Milkshake, motherfucker.
He heard. He's like, I speak that language.
So, hey. So, we're back. We're doing another show.
From outer space.
Yeah. And I just found you here to find some cum upon my face.
Whoa.
What?
Too far. Too early in the episode.
What? What'd you say?
Of course, we're trying to do shorter formats, so
Right.
we have to come out of the gate swinging.
That's right.
If you are listening with your kids, you're a terrible parent.
Yeah,
let's
pretty
go.
much. This is not a kid-friendly show. All right, so let's get right into it. So last show I mentioned that I had a bottle of Willet Pot Still, I think is what it is, and that I don't.
You think it's right in front of you?
I know, but it doesn't say Pot Still on it.
What's it say on it? It's got a little tag hanging. I like the bottles.
It just says Willet Bourbon. Straight Kentucky bourbon.
Okay. There's like two tags, a medallion.
Shape of the bottle. The shape of the bottle is why they call it the pot still bottle. Or the whatever. This genie bottle.
Yeah.
Which is funny, I almost bought one of these when I was in Florida a couple years ago.
Okay.
I couldn't get it into my luggage.
That's odd.
I was afraid the neck would break. Because it's not a normal bottle
Yeah,
shape.
it's long neck. When we say long neck bottle, it's all neck. It looks like a giraffe.
All neck bottle.
It's fat body, long neck.
But
it's a cool bottle.
It is. It's a very cool bottle.
It reminds me of pirate rum.
The content of it
with a longer neck.
It reminds me of Arabian Nights and Arabian Days.
That's true.
I feel like if I rub this hard enough, something might come out.
Yeah, put it back in your pants, please.
Shut up, Randy.
All right.
But it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It is 47% alcohol or 94 proof.
94 proof. I had to use Common Core to add that up in my head.
It's got a patent number sticker on it. Whatever. It's from Willet. The only Willet I've ever had is this.
I've had 0 Willet.
So, and this is going to be your first time trying it, and this will be, the bottle's basically gone, which means I've been drinking it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I necessarily like it.
Like you mentioned when you brought it up here, it's a dusty bottle.
It is very dusty. I haven't opened this.
There might be a little dust on the bottle.
Well, there's a shitload of dust on this bottle.
Don't let it fool you.
It's a cool bottle. I may turn it into a lamp or something.
Inside.
Once it's gone, there isn't much left. Maybe 2 pours.
A little
I'm just going to go ahead and continue talking over you.
I'm going to see how long you go before you yell at me. Hey, I love me some 90s country. I ain't going to lie.
That's not even 90s country. That's new.
That's not new. Dust on the bottle?
Yeah, it's been redone.
Oh, okay. If it's been redone, it was wrong.
It's been redone. So it's new. But I am not a huge fan of this. But I haven't had it in a while. Like in the last show, I mentioned that I think it tastes like soap or cilantro.
Yeah,
some people, cilantro tastes like soap to them. I'm one of those people. This kind of has that taste to me. The bottle of the unknown whiskey that we tried on the last show had that very, very, at the very, very end. Like you've swallowed the last drink, you're done, and you're like, ooh, what? Is that fucking Dawn?
Is that what they clean the...
Is that what they use to clean the still out with?
Dust on the Bottle was released in 1994 by one David Lee Murphy. Thank you very much. The same year, I might add my favorite movie, The Shawshank Redemption.
All right, whatever.
Also a classic.
That's fine. I don't pay attention that much to
That's
some
fair.
of the country music. Like I listen to it.
I can't anymore. It's all snap tracks and trucker hats.
It's pop rock.
It's become slow rap.
No, it's all
just
pop.
Talking about women, whiskey, and money.
Chris Stapleton's
Chris Stapleton's a real artist. It's not. Yes, he's great, but the Florida Georgia Line. I saw an ad for a new whiskey that is, I think, Jason Aldean and Florida Georgia Line made, and I cannot imagine how terrible that tastes.
Metallica has a fucking whiskey.
They do?
Yeah, so does Slipknot.
It probably comes with instead of a worm like tequila, it comes with a cigarette butt in it.
You know what the gimmick is on it?
On Slipknots?
On both of them.
What?
Well, not on Slipknots, but on Metallica's.
You can't download it illegally?
Well, there's that, but they played music through the whiskey and imbued it with the vibes of Metallica.
You know
music.
what, dude? I love all things Metallica. That's so funny. It's so stupid and cheesy that I love it.
Lars Ulrich can suck my Peter head.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy.
I love the Black Album is still one of the best albums of all time.
I was a big fan of Metallica until they started the whole Napster bullshit.
Lars started that. Nobody else cared, I don't think.
No, Lars is a representative of Metallica. Metallica started the bullshit. So when they started, and James didn't stop him from doing it, and Lars is just a little fucking troll anyway, and James is just a big troll. So we got trolls all around that are just trying to, and they ruined.
Robert Trujillo can straight play bass, though.
He can. They all can
play. And he's responsible for finding the bass of doom of Jaco Pastorius and get it back to its family. He donated this bass that's worth millions back to the family, make sure it got in the right hands.
Right.
Sorry, I'm a bassist. I love these things. But yeah, the whole Napster thing, I love Metallica. When that went down, I lost.
I'm like, I'm out. I'm done.
But
anything you come out with after that is just
also as an artist
rock.
That has gotten paid to play music, I get not wanting people to steal from you, but it was also it was Napster, the way he did it.
In my opinion, here this is Napster was no different than me giving you a cassette.
That was my thought in copying
and you copying the cassette on a dual cassette player.
Let's go way 80s and 90s. I've got my boombox. The DJ says, "Here's Enter Sandman by Metallica," and you hit record.
And
then you pass that out to however many people.
That is no different. I mean, that's
I agree.
That whole scene of stealing MP3s, stealing in quotes, was just sharing. It was sharing. It was you.
Somebody
had
bought
a cassette, and you on a much larger scale. And I get the whole IRAA bullshit.
So say you record off the radio, you shared it with all your friends. You might share with 10 to 30 people.
And they may share it with another 10 to 30 per
when
person.
It became digital, when you uploaded it, and within an instant, millions could download it.
That was his big
sharing beef, I think. No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I think that's what he was trying to say is, hey, artists, not even, because Metallica's had money since the dawn of time.
But the reality is,
ever since they kicked out Dave Mustaine, they've been making bank.
Yeah. But even with the stealing of MP3s, record sales until they went digital, now, they still haven't fallen off.
No. And they still sell at arenas.
We got way off topic. We got Willet.
We got Willet here.
We got Willet.
This is not made by Metallica or musically imbued.
Thank God.
I like some Metallica. I don't think I would like Metallica whiskey. So let's see what Willet is.
I haven't been able to find it. I would buy it if I could find it. Same thing with the Slipknot. I would buy it if I could find it. Because
I'm intrigued, to be honest.
We'd have to try it.
Florida Georgia Line whiskey does not.
Even that one, just because.
Oh, I'd try it, but I don't think it'd be good.
Yeah, who knows? It's probably moonshine that's been aged for 6 months.
24 hours.
But this smells good.
It does. It's very mild. It
smells good. Now, I've had this bottle for over a year and a half, so it may be slightly oxidized and not taste as good.
Or it might taste better.
Or it might, but who knows? Maybe the air made it taste better with age.
Yeah.
But I haven't opened the bottle in at least 8 months. Like, I have not popped the cork on that.
Wow. So this has been sitting.
This
may be totally different for you.
It could be.
All right.
Which is why I decided to go with this one.
I don't know what I smell in the nose. It's so mild. There's not a strong alcohol smell.
No, but there's a faint caramel smell on it. Your nose is jacked up.
Dude, I can't smell
You can never smell anything.
I can't. I can smell farts and wet dog. That's about it. It's not a pleasant life to live. I'll tell you that much.
I guess. But no, there's a faint caramel smell
I smell,
on this.
Yeah, I smell that. It smells like a Werther's has been sitting in a glass of water.
Yeah, like almost like a butterscotchery caramel type of smell.
All right, I'm going to give it a taste. I'm intrigued.
You give it a taste.
Because you
let
said
me know.
You don't like it.
Well, so, and I haven't liked an entire bottle of it.
Let me sip some water first, just
But this is
okay. 47%.
47%. It's mild. I mean, it's not heavy.
Burns in the back of the throat immediately.
Oh yeah,
but not hot. It's not bad burn. It's that tip of the tongue, back of the throat. Tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
And it still has that cilantro-y taste to me.
It does have a weird...
like a soapy taste. The only thing I can equate it to is a soapy taste.
I don't know if it's soapy, but it feels, yeah, it's something.
It's like you sucked on a bar of ivory.
Maybe more of a lotiony taste.
No, I don't know.
Like
it's
maybe
just,
more like a Dawn.
It is hot. Like it is. It's hot.
I expect it for the smell and the proof. I expect it to be a bit
mild,
more mild. The tip of the tongue and the back of the throat, it burns. Whiskey burn, not it's killing me.
No, it gets you in the jowls, like right.
Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of like a Sour Patch Kid,
where your jaws get in, and it makes you salivate.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, it's, and you know what? I'm going to be like, I don't like that after that.
It's just weird when you first take it in. You taste bourbon, and again, second taste, right on the tip of my tongue, it burns. Not on the top like the.
Technically, no, this isn't a bourbon. This
whiskey.
is just straight. Oh no, it's bourbon. Never mind. Fuck off, Martelle.
That the mystery bourbon we tasted burn across the whole tongue. This is just the tip of the tongue.
I didn't even get that from the.
Again, I mean whiskey burn. I mean that you didn't get any of that.
No, I didn't get this. Burns more than that.
Oh well, yeah, for sure. But I don't taste it on the top of the tongue. Just the tip and the back of the throat. Just the tip in the back of the throat.
Right, which is where it should be.
Exactly, and
just the tip in the back of the throat.
How much is a bottle of this? Do you know?
I don't remember. $40.
I don't.
$46.
That aftertaste is just, it's not bad to me. I don't taste soap, but I don't know how to explain it.
It's the finish. The finish is what is, I can only equate it to a soapy taste.
Now, it's like that time I intentionally took.
It's like taking a cilantro leaf and chewing on it, to me. But I have I'm that one of the whatever percent.
You know what I'm getting?
The cilantro tastes like soap.
This to me tastes like you took a bourbon and made a mint julep with it. It's a minty-ish taste, like a mint leaf.
I'm not getting the mint. And I hate mint juleps.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of a springtime fresher taste. It's weird.
Yeah, like Irish Spring, the soap.
Yeah, that is my favorite bar soap. I love Irish Spring. It's also good for putting in crawl space and stuff to keep mice away.
Oh, yeah?
So if you don't want mice crawling over you, wash with Irish Spring.
I don't think I have that problem.
I don't know that I hate it like you do, but I can also see, based on your collection, why it's sad. It's not great. It tastes kind of... this tastes like mediocrity. This tastes like my entire high school career. It tastes like my both times I dropped out of 2 different colleges. This tastes like my love life.
It tastes like disappointment.
It's just there. Yeah. You know, it's not good or bad. For the price, I'm not happy with it.
No.
I wouldn't mind having if I didn't know what this was, we said, how much would you pay for this? 20, maybe 25 a bottle tops.
Yeah, this definitely tastes like bottom shelf liquor.
I'm not impressed with it.
No.
Now, I've not had any other Willet. I know some people say Willet's great.
But
I also understand.
I've heard the same thing. And I've had like Willetized stouts that are phenomenal. Barrel aged, the one that starts with, I can never pronounce it. It's a beer. It's like a Nugas or whatever that is.
Leigenkugelen.
No, it's not that company.
I don't know.
I
just took a big drink. I didn't give it a chance to hit the tip of the tongue. Instead of sipping, I just threw some down. Well, when I say big drink, folks understand we're not pouring growlers of whiskey. Same thing. It still somehow burns the tip of the tongue and the back of the throat. Not so much in the chest area. And it's got this weird aftertaste. I don't know. Let's go ahead and rate it and move on.
I'm going with 2. Solid 2.
I'd give it a 2.
I won't buy it again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to seek it out. Once this bottle's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, it's done.
I don't want another
bottle.
It's really a fantastically
cool bottle. Great packaging, but I would drink it if it was there just to get rid of it.
Well, that's kind of what I'm doing. Like, I'm going through everything and drinking.
Yeah,
like,
I went the other day.
I drank 3 different glasses of whiskey just to
start getting rid of stuff.
And unfortunately, I finished my last bottle of 2-bitch.
Oh.
But my buddy Craig, I posted, I'm like, just finished this bottle of 2 bitch. I'm completely out. Lauren, you need to send me another bottle. And she's like, we're out too. And I'm like, damn it.
What do you mean they're out too?
They're out of pack leader reserve because it's a limited run.
I know.
They're on batch 2.
Okay, well, send us something else then, Lauren.
So, but my buddy Craig's like, just send them some whiskey.
Yeah.
I love Craig.
Thank you, Craig. We agree with Craig.
So,
hashtag stand with Craig.
But they are, so who cares about this Willet anymore? 2 Bitches they're hitting up a couple conferences for distribution and hopefully trying to get some distribution here in Ohio.
That would be fantastic.
That would be amazing.
If that would happen.
That would be amazing.
If we had them and Virgil Kane here, it would be hard pressed to buy anything else, honestly.
I would keep that in stock consistently. Screwball, absolutely. Speaking of,
I almost bought Screwball.
You should have.
I didn't because I found Eagle Rare. I haven't been able to find Eagle Rare.
$26 a bottle.
I am poor white trash.
So am I.
One bottle at a time.
Now, I would have picked up Screwball.
I'm too poor for that.
Eagle Rare is a find. Screwball's a necessity. You just have to have it on hand.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I don't have a lot of room in my tiny apartment yet. We need to move.
Right. So, but I went so Friday, I left work early and I decided that I was going to work from home. And I went over to Outer Belt.
Right.
And I worked from there. I sat down, I had a beer, and I worked from Outer Belt because I can do those things. And
sorry, first off, that's funny, but I read another headline from Florida Man. But
I did, yeah. But I took Lexi with me. We played a couple, they have board games and stuff all over the place. Well, they had the Marble Maze, so we were playing that.
Yeah.
I was doing some work, and I had a toasted marshmallow IPA. And I posted it.
Not bad.
Listener,
sounds good.
Michael McLaren was like, you should have done a Screwball shooter with that.
Yes.
Oh my God. I didn't even, I'm like,
I saw that post. That is a brilliant idea.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
The problem is the toasted marshmallow IPA is probably gone at this point because it was Outer Belt. I love their process. They do a one and done. That's it. You're never going to get it again.
They're never doing it again?
Unless Dom decides that he's going to do it, they'll never do it again.
Wow. Part of me likes that because it's kind of when you talk exclusivity, that's how
exclusive.
You do it.
Well, and there's another company.
You either get it or you don't.
Brewery that does that called Nowhere in Particular. There's also Somewhere in Particular that's the same brewery. Nowhere in Particular is where they do.
It sounds like left Twix and right Twix.
Right. Well, one of them, they do these one-off. It's a one and done scenario. That's it. Somewhere in Particular is the actual brewery location, so you can go there and have whatever they have on tap. But I think even there they have the ones where it's just one and done. That's it. I like it because if you don't get it,
you miss out.
You got FOMO, bitches.
Yep.
I have JOMO. But I wasn't missing out on a toasted. And it was so
Thanks for calling me. I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
That's all right. It was daddy-daughter time at the brewery.
All right. I mean.
It was weird, though. I loved it. I really liked it. You take a drink of it at first, and it's kind of s'moresy, toasted marshmallow-y.
That sounds so good. Yeah,
but then right on the end, it had this grapefruit IPA taste.
So would you do the Screwball peanut butter as a
Well, I didn't do it as
sidecar?
A
No, but would you do it as a sidecar or Irish car bomb type thing?
Drop it. I'd do it car bomb style.
Yeah, drop it in and.
But it was weird because you would take a sip and you're like, oh, it tastes like now it tastes like grapefruit.
That's really weird.
It was so weird.
I don't like that
because IPAs are usually citrusy and grapefruity. You would taste up front. You would taste that toasted marshmallow. On the back end, you tasted that grapefruity IPA taste. It was good. I loved it.
We'll just take Screwball to Outer Belt randomly and see what we have.
We'd have to
just show up with a bottle of Screwball.
Well, we can't just show up with a bottle of Screwball.
Shh. They're called.
We're
flasks.
not even talking about this right now because that's illegal and they could get shut down.
Okay, it was a joke for all the police officer brewery people that don't listen to our show.
Right.
So let's get into this.
All right.
But I got to read this one headline because it's my cousin. Florida man breaks into home, steals alcohol, poops on floor, falls asleep on couch. Florida man breaks into home, steals alcohol, poops on floor and falls asleep on couch.
He looks like a winner too.
I had a cousin that basically did that to me for about 6 months, so you know who you are. Okay, moving on. What are we doing?
GW, knock it off.
No, that's my uncle.
It doesn't
barely.
Matter. Same thing in Circleville. All right, so enough. What I want to talk about was the 100 hobbies for men, and we're not going to get through
We're
all
reading
these.
all 100 all the way through.
No.
And you all will shut up and like it.
We are going to do a couple of these. So the list is,
it's 100
I've looked through it. It's 100 things, and some of them are just, what? Why? So, the first one. These are 100 hobbies for men, not for women, not for anybody else of any other gender-specific thing that we're not going to touch today. Men, not boys. Men.
Men.
So the first one is animal rescue.
What?
Yeah. Like I said, these hobbies, most of them are dumb. They are dumb. That's why I want to go over them. Animal rescue is the number one, and they're in alphabetical order. So that's why it's animal rescue.
It's not like this was voted on.
No, it's animal rescue. I love my dog, but I am not going to go spend a shitload of time at an animal shelter or picking up dogs on the side of the road.
See, that's why when I think animal rescue, I don't think volunteering at a shelter. I think that's a good hobby. If you have no hobby, I mentioned last episode. You gonna make it there?
Nope.
He just snorted a whole line of Willet straight up the nostril, and he is getting a straw out to put in. That was just a sip of Willet. That's how bad this is to Martelle.
I accidentally inhaled while I was drinking.
Did it taste like soap still?
My lungs taste like soap right now.
My lungs taste like soap. Hashtag my lungs taste like soap. Let's make that go viral.
God.
My buddy Rob that I mentioned started living in the 80s podcast. He said, I did this because I realized outside of fantasy football, I have no hobbies anymore. I don't think he plays softball. Like he has nothing to, he just said, I want to do something.
And I'm all for doing animal rescue stuff.
It's fine, but it's not. If somebody said, what's a manly hobby you can think of, I wouldn't think animal rescue.
No.
There's nothing wrong with it.
The other one I wouldn't think of is antiquing. Yeah. Now, I'm not talking about throwing powder on some guy's face.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
I'm talking about going to antique shops and flea markets and buying antiques. Now, I have some.
I do that when I have time or I'm bored.
But I don't think that is a manly
I'm looking
hobby.
for something. But, yeah, I don't think of that as...
And I guess we're being,
cynical a-holes?
No, what's that stupid thing that they did? Toxic masculinity. Yeah, fuck you. I don't see antiquing as being like a masculine thing. It's just a thing that
anybody can do. You like old crap,
right? Archery. I love archery.
I think that's a pretty.
I think that's a good hobby, like for men to get into. I'm getting women. Both of my girls into.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to set my basement up so that I have an archery range in the basement.
Which excites me, because if we move this show down to the basement and have an archery range...
we can just shoot.
All kind of things could happen.
Right. You could get shot in the leg.
You're right. I'm not very fast. I would be an easy target.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Archery's a good one.
Astronomy.
Astronomy's weird.
It is
when somebody has a high-powered telescope set up at a campsite. I look through it and I like it,
but you know what you're looking at.
But I don't care. Well, no, even people say, "Here's
whatever."
Here's Uranus. Like, come look at it.
You'd be like, "I could have done that with a mirror and a toilet."
I really like Uranus. That's great, but I don't run out to buy a telescope. I think it's a very niche market.
That one is super niche.
Yeah. I remember trick or treating as a kid. There was a house that gave out pennies, and there's a house that let you look through a telescope.
They're the ones who got egged.
Looking through a telescope was cool even as a kid, but give me my candy.
Yeah.
It's just.
So the next, and these are all hobbies. These are things you do for fun.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
You pay out of pocket. They're not making you money.
You pay out of pocket. Like we do this. This show is a hobby.
Yeah. We do. People ask why. I've had people say, why do you do that? What's your end goal? Whatever happens, happens. We've talked about Will it ever make money? I don't know. Will we collaborate and have our own bourbon or beer? I don't know.
Don't know.
But if that happens, cool. But if it don't, we do this for fun. I enjoy this.
Yeah.
I said today at my birthday, the birthday party I went to, that was 3 times the people I thought, and took way too long. I do this because I enjoy doing this. I hang out with my buddy. We review a bourbon or whiskey. We talk about whatever we want. It's just a time for us to spew.
Yeah.
This is a hobby.
It's a hobby. This is an absolute hobby.
Yep.
Like I put
We're not trying to make a living
over $500 into everything we have sitting in this room.
And I drove here.
Right. And you drove here. So you put like $20
of
in the past 2.5 years.
Gas money.
In gas money to show up.
I think I owe you a thank you card. Or something.
The next one I'm going to mention is barbecuing, grilling, and smoking. That is expensive.
It can
That's
be
not
very
cheap.
Unless you're buying the $20 charcoal briquettes and making hamburgers and hot dogs. It gets very expensive.
It gets very expensive. We had Derek in here. He's got a trailer. It's not a hobby to him anymore.
No, he's full time.
But it was a hobby of his before.
He made a living.
Right. He made a living out of his hobby.
He made the transition to go from hobbyist to full timer. And he's made some other transitions. So now he identifies as a smoker of meats.
Right.
So meet Derek. We should find a way to make this our. What if we could do this full time?
If we could do this full time, that'd be amazing.
There's a podcast I listen to. I'm not going to mention them because they make so much money.
More than 30 downloads in a week.
They just became Spotify exclusive. Before that, you know what they were making per episode? $55,000 per episode.
That's last.
And there's another one here in Ohio that just got sponsors from Coke and all these other places.
I know.
They just started doing more shows all of a sudden.
So I know Rogan.
I don't even want to know what he makes.
$75,000 a show.
Jeez.
A show.
And
his shows are 4 or 5 hours. Anyway.
Well, yeah. But it's just him smoking pot and talking to people.
I would do that.
Guys, for that money, for 75 and that'd be $75,000 a week for us to
split. Coke off a hooker's ass for $75,000 a show and talk to people. Whatever. I'd eat sushi off a naked Chinese chick, and sushi is Japanese.
That's biracial.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Bird
we gotta keep
watching.
our short format.
Bird watching.
Boring. The only birds I want to watch are a turkey or a dove through looking down the barrel of a shotgun.
The English call women birds, so I would do a little bird watching.
That's different.
Right.
I like people watching in general. But anyway.
Let's see. I'm gonna fast fire these. Blogging, board and role playing games.
No.
Boat making. Fuck you.
Boat making
is
as a hobby. Yeah.
That's not a hobby.
Unless you're making styrofoam boats that are about 6 inches by 2 inches long.
Now keep it, like a Boy Scout boat, like the sailboat. Yeah,
a little sailboat with some toothpicks.
Now keep in mind, these are all
not
of
manly. LARPing is not manly. No. I don't care what you say. Furbying or whatever is not manly. Do that crap on your own time and far away from me.
It can be a hobby, but it's just so we're looking at this from our perspective. These aren't.
That's
hobbies.
what we do.
Right.
We are a couple jerks.
These aren't hobbies.
No.
And now I'm not even scrolling down the page. There's a list on the right side of the page that I'm looking at. Bonsai tree sculpting.
Mr. Belding did that in Saved by the Bell.
I can see as being a hobby.
Only time I've ever seen it. Saved by the Bell.
Karate Kid.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
This is more of a hobby is supposed to relax you. Now, granted, we sit here and we get worked up about shit, so it doesn't really relax us.
You get worked out about everything.
Not everything. Now that I'm off my neurological medication, I'm leveling out.
It's weird because I walk in sometimes and go, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah." Why? I'm like, "You just seem mad about something." No. It's weird.
The neurological medicine, that shit that I was on.
Oh yeah,
fucked me up.
I liked you.
I didn't like it. I hated being on that medication.
You're so fired up. So many people are like, Martelle hates everything. I'm like, you guys really don't get it.
I was on that medication for a year.
Yeah.
And that year was like the worst year of not being myself ever. I went from like 150 milligrams to 50 milligrams, and that did not fix it. I quit taking it in November, and I feel better.
Just smoke pot. Just snort CBD oil. Snort it right up your.
I already take CBD oil. I just ordered some, and it should be here on Monday, hopefully.
I have not
Tuesday.
taken any.
And that really helps. Check it out. If you guys not to. This is not an ad, but if you're looking for some CBD oil,
I hope we'll have
check
you
out
know.
CBDMD.
My cousin is now one of the biggest speakers and go-tos in Ohio. And marketing. She does marketing for companies for CBD oil and marijuana. Yeah. True story. She knows anything and everything about CBD oil.
I could get down with a company that's like that.
I can have her on, and we can.
We should do that.
We can have that. Seriously, she is.
We should do that.
She honestly, I never saw her going this way. She grew up. She was a cheerleader at one point. Kind of didn't know what she wanted to be.
So was my sister, but she doesn't like whole milk.
And I almost posted whole milk on her living in Florida thing today.
I'm like, you live in Ohio South.
Ohio, yeah, you're like, that's just Ohio, and I almost just went whole milk. But yeah, my cousin is actually she's one of the most well known now in Ohio, I guess. I don't know, but we can have her on.
Yeah, we can have her on,
and you can ask her. Anybody has any question about CBD oil, marijuana, the medicinal qualities of it? She knows it. She's brilliant.
That's something we should do that. I'm a huge advocate for.
I'll reach
CBD.
out to her today.
Like, I like that stuff.
Yeah, it works.
So it's natural. It works for me.
It's not made in some factory.
Nope.
Anyway, we got a long list.
Anyway. Here's the let's
roll through it. We're trying to keep short format.
Bowling.
Nope. Bowling's what you do for birthday parties.
That's for fun.
Or that's what you do while you want to go out drinking and do something while you're drinking.
Yeah, that's not a hobby to me. Camping, yes.
Is it a hobby or an activity you do once a year?
A hobby. No, I define a hobby as something you do to relax.
Okay, I would agree then.
That's what.
And it's manly.
It's
not the way
manly.
you like doing it.
Well, I don't do it in a camper. I sleep on the ground in a tent.
Yeah, that's pretty manly. I hate sleeping on the ground.
And for a while, I didn't even use an air mattress.
A few episodes ago, we were talking about not like camping. I was like, dude, I can't sleep on the ground anymore. Not at this age and this weight anyway.
I
either have to get younger or I have to lose weight, and I'm really trying to get my time machine working because.
Well, good. You do that. You let me know. I got some Bitcoin to buy.
And then
I have an 8-person tent in the basement. I haven't been camping in years. Liz is not a fan of camping. She'll go stay in a camper, but she doesn't like sleeping in a tent. She likes
glamping.
Even sleeping in a camper isn't really glamping. Like glamping that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how you do it. You're right. All right, let's roll.
So going down list, canoeing and kayaking. Yeah.
Yeah, that can be manly or that's for anybody.
That's for anybody.
Kayaking's way better than canoeing.
Car collecting is a hobby for rich people. Like no, let me rephrase. Car collecting is a hobby for wealthy people. There's a difference between
when you say car
rich and wealthy.
Collecting, yeah, I agree.
That's buying like, oh, I have this version of a Porsche and this version of a Porsche. You buy something
that's, there's one of 1,400 ever made.
Yeah. That's, so.
I can't collect cars. Even having one old car is not really car collecting.
Car racing, depending on what level. It is, the level is
my uncle,
also.
NHRA drag racer, found out his engine might be one of Richard Petty's old engines.
Oh, yeah?
Richard Petty himself called him. I'm going to try and keep the story short because we're trying to keep it short.
So RP called him.
But, yeah, RP called him and basically said, when you get that thing rebuilt, I'm going to come down again. I want to see this car run because him and his team thinks it's one of the original ones that Petty had during his NASCAR years.
See, and
it's an original carbed Hemi engine and a 71 Challenger that he drag races, still carbed engines, runs low nines, blows modern cars off the track in his class. It's not the fastest thing ever, but low nines on a carbed engine you don't see much these days.
So, all right, we're going forward.
Keep going.
Car racing. I said that. Car restoration.
Same thing.
That's the same thing. That is not cheap.
But it is
very relaxing. This doesn't say cheap. It is very manly.
This says hobbies for men. So yes, I agree.
Car
restoration
can be very frustrating though. Like if you're working on a car and something isn't working, and
it is manly,
and you start hitting it with a hammer. Get a bigger hammer.
Yeah.
Cartooning and animation, ceramics, pottery, chess, cigar smoking, coaching. I'm going to try to read these out in sets of 5. Cartooning
and animation. I don't know if I'd say it's manly. It's not. That's masculine. I would just say either gender could do
either
that.
gender could do that. It for some people can be relaxing.
Ceramics or pottery.
You gotta have a pottery wheel. That's way too much work.
Well, I don't think of that when I think manly hobby.
No. Chess,
Same
I don't
with
think
chess.
That's. I mean, you're thinking, Bobby Fischer.
Well, I mean, that's that's the extreme.
Yeah,
that is the benchmark.
I don't understand chess, so I can't.
I know how to play. I'm not good at it.
Cigar smoking, I don't manly know as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if that could be. I do know females that smoke. I would say I don't know if that can be anything besides manly.
That I
have a nice collection. I have a humidor. I've started buying a few more cigars. I recently got gifted a cigar case. I love it.
I like cigar smoking. I don't like the fact that 5 days after I've smoked a cigar, I can still taste it, and I can't get that shit out of my mouth.
I got to get you on the right cigars.
I've had amazing cigars.
It's not even about.
I can't get it. Coaching, that depends on what the type of coaching is, whether you're coaching kids, you're coaching teens, you're coaching adults.
That's weird.
That can be frustrating as hell, and that is not relaxing.
I don't know if I think that's a hobby. Well, it is hobby, I think.
Next couple. Coffee roasting, community activism, cooking, culinary experiences, and dancing.
They all could be.
Roasting coffee, I've never roasted coffee. I can see how that can be somewhat relaxing, but walking by one of the shops downtown every day when I work downtown and smelling the coffee they were roasting made me want to vomit.
Oh, really? I love it. I love coffee.
No. I don't know what this place was burning the beans. Like, it is gross.
Extra dark roast. Got that BBC roast.
Ugh. Big black cock roast.
Oh, I was thinking big black coffee.
Oh, okay. Community activism, that can be relaxing. I could enjoy that if I don't have to put money into it.
Yeah, it depends.
That's one of those things that I don't want to have to invest any time or any money into community activism. Going out and helping the homeless or going, the only thing I got to invest there, time, maybe some gas money. I don't want to have to invest a shitload of money into a hobby for the community, to be honest, because I'm just kind of a dickhead.
Well, we kind of did that here. We invested a lot of...
So, all right, we got a lot to cover here.
We are not going to hit 100.
We may have to...
1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100.
Let's see. Dandyism. You know what dandyism is? We're going to jump down to it. Dandyism is...
As you click on it...
Right there. It's not about the clothes. It's the pursuit of an elegant lifestyle.
No, screw
and
that.
And it really is that lifestyle. It begins as a hobby, collecting, grooming, and decorating, quickly turning it into a passion, into a lifestyle.
Metrosexual. That's all it is.
Dandies don't generally consider it a hobby. It's become who they are and exhibits in all aspects.
It's basically about...
It's dressing nice and having a nice house.
It's getting a reaction and making people tell you how nice you are. That's all it is.
Let's see. Jump. Distilling, I would see, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bootlegging, distilling. Darts, yes. Dog training, no.
I don't see that as just manly hobbies.
I don't see that as a... I see it as a men's hobby.
But this could be a hobby for anyone.
This can be a hobby for anybody.
Yeah. If you like it, it doesn't matter. That's not... It's gender fluid.
Let's see.
Drone
flying, entertainment, fellowship, fencing, filming.
Fellowship?
Fish keeping just sounds like you have
fish keeping just means I have a couple goldfish from Walmart. Fishing, yes.
Flying
like planes?
Probably.
I'd say, yeah, you could do that. I wouldn't say it's just for men.
Furniture making and restoration, I would have said yes, but now I'm seeing a lot of both genders getting into this. Like
maybe you and I are looking at this wrong because the list says 100 hobbies for men. It doesn't say just for men. It doesn't say 100 manly hobbies.
I'm looking at it more of something that relaxes me. A hobby should be relaxing.
Could be. Yeah. Well,
furniture making, absolutely.
Yeah.
Flying, I would stress the fuck out if I would. The controls. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would crap my pants.
And like I said, fish keeping. You got an aquarium.
Now, I did enjoy my aquarium. No,
you're done.
When I got my fish, I bought a Plecostomus, 2 goldfish, and a fiddler crab at Walmart. Put them in a 25-gallon tank, knew jack crap about keeping them, and went. Then I got online, joined a fish keeping aquarium for them, and they had salt water, fresh water, just everything.
Salt water is more relaxing than I think than having a fresh water.
I realized when people say you get a goldfish at the fair, the pumpkin show.
Yeah.
Oh, the goldfish will only grow as big as its bowl.
Yeah.
The way it was put to me was, yeah, that's the same as putting cinder blocks on your kid's head and saying they'll only grow as tall as you let them.
Goldfish don't get that big. It depends on the breed.
Bull crap.
Depends on the breed.
My 28-cent goldfish from Walmart got so big, it was almost 12 inches. Not counting the tail, because I realized that's how you measure fish. And when we went to move was like February out of this apartment that I had this 55-gallon tank in, and they got so big that I couldn't get rid of them. Nobody wanted them. I can't release them in a creek in Circleville in the middle of winter. So Beth said, flush them.
You can't flush a 12-inch turd.
It might not. Okay, I told a fish story. It might not have been 12 inches. It may have been 6 or 7 or 8.
But that's 15. Normal.
But
that's
I
only
said,
this big.
You can't flush a big, but goldfish get fat too.
I'm looking at the microphone and holding my fingers up.
I'm looking at my microphone and seeing how big 6 inches is.
Anyway, we need to keep going. Your fish got big and you got rid of them.
Yeah, but the funny part is she said flush them. I said, if I put it in there and it doesn't go down, you got to pull it out. Guess what didn't go down the toilet?
The fish.
She had a fish out of fish from our toilet.
That is gross. So we've got...
we're trying to rush for time. We're never going to hit 100. We need to just stop somewhere and call it.
Okay.
Maybe make it a 2-parter and come back.
Let's stop this at furniture making.
Let's stop it at knife making.
That's way too far down.
Okay, we'll stop at furniture making.
So furniture making. We're going to continue. This is going to be a part 2.
Yeah.
We're going to get into a second part of this. Furniture making, I like to make tables. For whatever reason, I like to make a kitchen table. Big, fat, chunky legs, 6 boards across, make a bench.
Farm table kind of look. Big, beefy.
I'm going to do a couple other like epoxy style tables this summer. That's the plan.
Nice.
And I'm going to fix the table that we have down in the kitchen.
I love your guys' kitchen table. I really do
too. It's just too wide.
It's a big table.
It's a big fucking table.
I like. Because you put a lot of food on it.
We don't, though. It's 4 of us sitting around an 8-person table.
It is a giant table for your 4-person family.
I'm literally going to cut 2 planks off of it, just with a circular saw, run it down, cut it down,
get it down to size,
epoxy the tops, clean out the crud because it's got some gaps in it. Clean out the crud, epoxy it, and make it a smooth top table, and then bring it back in. But I'm going to make a couple other tables. I may have some for sale. Who knows? We'll see.
I got a buddy that did that.
But
11 B's Woodworking.
Yeah,
fantastic. He just posted the table today. He was a Army Green Beret or Army Ranger. Did 8-10 years, I forget. Special Forces crap, and got out and went, what do I do with my life?
Well,
his whole high school career, leading up from a kid, he just wanted to be an Army Ranger. Did that, and once he was done, he went, I don't know. So yeah, he did that. He loves it. It's very relaxing.
Making furniture to me is relaxing. Cutting down everything, making. I learned new technique. Anyway, we're going to continue this as a part 2.
I don't know what you just said.
I didn't say anything.
All right, let's go.
All right, part 2. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
It's the Google Twitstagram.
And you can send us email to buckhornpodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on everywhere and everywhere. Leave a review if you like what we're talking about. If you don't, leave a review. I don't care what the review is about. Just leave a review.
Please.
I was going to put an expletive in there.
You almost did.
I'm
proud of you.
Leave a review. Diesel says good night, and we'll talk to you later. I'm Martelle. He's Randy, and we're out.
Peace.
Pinkies up.